Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Southern Cross Dota presentation. Tonight we'll be bringing you a game for the Tide's Wrath competition. It will be Azure versus Urnado. My name is Coldblood. I'm a caster from GameStar, and joining me will be one of my colleagues, Hawksbuck. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty excited to get some Tides Wrath in. I've heard some pretty good things about this tournament. Us being new to the Dota competitive scene, man, forgive us if we don't get the names right straight away. I'll probably never get them right ever. So far, man, so far we've got Lich, massively popular ban out. Then we've got Weaver naturally in the Darkseer and Elder Titans, all pretty standard bans. Then we do have we've got the Bat Rider that's gone through the pool.
Oh, wow, you don't see that too often. We see the Venomancer first pickup by Azure, so they were well aware that Batrider was open. Perhaps they have a strategy against it, and they're going to lock that in, as well as Clockwork. So, I haven't actually seen Batrider in a match yet, as he's always banned out at the start, so we'll have to see how this goes for them, Hawks.
Oh, dude, he's pretty destructive if he's left alone. We do have OD, so that's a pretty good counter to him in mid. He can sap all of his mana away, or intelligence rather, with the Astral Imprisonment there, which will make his life a hell.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to quickly look up where I was told these guys are. I believe it is your NATO defending, so they got to pick to be on Radiant, which I believe they have picked to do so. So they pick second, obviously. So now we have more bans going out. Razor has been banned out, so a very strong anti-carry. And Jakiro, we have seen him be quite successful in our previous couple of games with Cast Hawk, because that ice path is destructive if it manages to land. So we won't be seeing any of the twin-headed dragon, and another ban going to be coming out from Azure. There seems to be a lot of anti-melee heroes being banned out, so I'm wondering if that trend's going to continue and we're going to see some melee carry action.
Oh, I hope so. You can never get enough of them. Nick's ban out there as well, which just trying to think. You'd assume the bat would go mid. I'm not sure though. After his base damage nerf, I'm not quite sure if he's still viable mid. I haven't really have gotten to cast that much so far. Crystal Maiden, that's another really booming pick. She's a great aggressive support.
Yeah, we'll have to see when she decides to level the freezing field and get in there with it. Luna going to be the other ban out from your NATO. Very strong carry in the professional scene because of her early power, and then of course transitions into a carry role later on. Not going to be seeing any of that. They're banning all the heroes I actually know things about. We're going to have to see what the third pick is for Azure here. They've picked up a mid laner. I know Outworld Devourer is annoying because I've gone against him as Lich, and he can imprison you, steal your intelligence, and he's also a very highly contested pick. Visage hasn't actually been banned out, Hawk, so we may see him as well. For some reason, I always associate OD and the Visage together, so I'm wondering if he's going to be picked up.
Yeah, I suppose that is a pretty valid point. They do have a fairly good support in Venomancer here, and also the mid. You probably might want to look towards, I'd say they'd be, picking their off lane here, maybe their second tri-laner, perhaps, or even a jungle.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they decide to do. They're sinking a lot of their reserve time into picking that up. They've picked the Venomancer, which I assume goes in the tri lane. And Rubik, so the Spell Stealer going to come out. That would probably be a very strong pick against the Bat Rider, and we'll have to see how it works out for them.
Yeah, there's a few spells that Rubik can steal that'd work. Kind of wonders in that team fight. Obviously, the freezing fields, man. I just want to see that. I want to see a massive freezing field, then a stolen one, and then straight back at
You're not sure which explosion is going to hurt who.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, so your NATO have a fourth pickup now. They could go for their carry. They've got Clockwork as an off-laner, isn't he?
Yeah, off lane or mid, he can go. Which, wow.
Drow. Okay, so they're really relying on the Azure guys to not get up close and personal with the Drow to reduce that ult that she gets. The marksmanship does go away if someone jumps on top of her, so I wonder if Azure are going to pick someone with a gap closer. No, they're going to go with the Viper, so just able to completely negate the attack speed of the Drow Ranger, and pretty strong early on, so we need still a offlaner for Azure, and for your Urnado, we'd need another tri-laner.
Uh, what have we got so far?
Well, we've got the Timbersaw Bandit from your Urnado. We've got two solo laners, and we've got a Crystal Maiden with the Drow Ranger. So I would imagine either a jungler or another tri-laner. Whereas for the other side, unless they want to send Rubik to the off lane, they need an offlaner.
No, yeah, the Azure guys do need an offlaner, but I'm just not quite sure where Unado is going to pick up for their fifth here. I've got a feeling we might see a bit of 2-1-2, a bit of the dual lanes.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe send the Bat Rider to mid unless they pick up a jungle because Dro Ranger is kind of too experienced. Like she needs
Needs to level quickly, yeah.
yeah. Needs to get that snowball on. So I've got a feeling they'll probably be running duels.
Alright, well, we'll have to see if that is indeed what they decide to do. They banned out Timbersaw, who is very strong at not dying early. So that could mean they want to go for the 2v1 at the off lane and actually make it work by not having someone tanky who can deal with it. And Visage is going to be the other ban for Azure, so they don't want to see that other highly contested picked up. And reserve time called in for your NATO. I think it's for the first time they've actually called this in, so they're really deliberating whether they want to go the 2-1-2 jungle or take a risk with sending the Drow into a try.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they're heading with this. You don't see Drow picked up a great deal, but that'd help Bat Rider, especially with his early game. The base damage nerf, obviously. Oh wow, there you go, Templar. So
okay, so they got quite a squishy team, honestly.
yeah, other than the clockwork, Bat Rider's probably going to be heading into the jungle. Then I'd say clockwork would be the off lanes. Uh, Clockwork would be in the offlane. Sorry, Shads was just messaging
That's
me.
okay.
And,
I'll take over for you if it happens
we'll
again.
have the Templar in the mid and Team Ice down bot, Drow and Maiden.
Yeah. Okay, Team Ice, I like that. So Drow Ranger definitely has a mid-game spike, but I believe once items are starting to get equal, she falls off a little bit. But the same can really be said for Viper. His low range makes it a little bit difficult for him to carry in the later stages of the game. So I really like both of these picks, Hawks. It's nice and interesting. We're not seeing the Juggernaut and such every single game. We'll have to see how it goes for them. So we're expecting either someone to counter the 2-1-2 or the jungler, or are they going to go aggressive tri-lane? They've got Venomancer is quite harassy, and Viper very, very strong early on with his dot damage. Once he gets the ult, he can cripple someone. And Kunks the Pirate gonna be the last pickup for them.
Yeah, sweet. This is the second game in a row. I think we've had the Kung side. I am a fan of the old ghost ship.
Yeah, I'll have to try and get to the delay going on. Apparently the stream isn't delayed by enough. I'll have to see if I can try and fix that.
Can you do that during cast?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So Shads did message me and say next game before the second round starts, if you could fix it up then. I'm really interested to see where your NATO is going to go with this lineup. If it's going to be the Jules or the Bat in the jungle, or
better get ready.
Apparently, there's no sound in Dota TV.
Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. Why there's no sound. There will be in the VOD at least, so when we give the VOD, we'll be able to have some commentary there.
Yeah, I think we have to be using the in-game.
Righto.
For Dota TV, if you wanted to do that. Yeah, toggle open mic. So if
Yep.
you want to be able to do that, yeah, sure, I'm down.
Okay, so we'll go over your NATO side. I believe they're the ones defending, so they will have on the clockwork McNuts. On the CM at the supporting side of the ice lane, it will be Ulti. Joining him will be the Drow Ranger without the hood, so nice hairdo there. Will be played by Boredom is Fun. The highly contested Batrider pick going to be played by Meet Your Playmaker, and rounding out your natives will be Delete 12.
Yeah, and for Azure, we do have the Sea on the Venomancer, Nicotic on the Viper,
Nicotic?
a stand-in Nicotic. Oh yeah, of course.
Yep.
And the stand-in Miggles.
The game is
Stand
on.
with Miggles E.
Miggles E.
I think he's just Miggle.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And then we've got Citrus the Great. That's a bit of a puzzling name. I wonder where folks, kind of choose these names. He'll be on the Rubik anyway. And then we've got Milady, I suppose, or Mladdy, or
M. Laddie.
on the course.
Oh, definitely suits playing the Kunks. Okay, so we got the Venomancer and the Kunks in the bottom lane against the Ice Duo. It looks like we've got Rubik picking up the invisibility rune, and we'll be heading to the bottom lane in the mid. We've got the Templar Assassin and Viper, so we thought Viper might be the carry, but he wants to scale on the levels. And up at the top, we will have Batrider against the OD Clockwork duo. So, how do you think this is going to go, Hawks? As we already have some aggression down at the bottom lane, the Torrent going to come out from the Kunks, and First Blood will be picked up by Rubik. I don't think they expected the telekinesis from an invisible Rubik.
Yeah, that's always going to catch you out, I would say. And there's definitely a fair bit of lockdown and damage in this lane as well, man. Wait till it gets another couple levels here. They're probably going to have to do something about this. I mean, this Drow is going to struggle all game long if they don't do anything about these lanes. It's an interesting choice of lanes they've got rolling on here.
Yeah, at the moment they've already got Kunks at the 5 last hits to the 0 of the Drow. She's just now picking up her first one, so they're definitely going to have to try and do something about that. Someone gets a knife somewhere. Up at the top lane, how is this doing? Looks like Situ going to be taking a lot of damage from the Batrider. Cogs is going to go off. Batrider uses his ability to phase over, but the Batrider is going to get the kill on the Venomancer. Knockback on to the OD. Will Clockwork be going down to this? No, OD is going to phase himself out and manages to pick himself up a kill. Although Meet Your Playmaker on the Batrider going to pick himself up a double, and that definitely helps to make up for the fact that bottom lane got first blood.
Yeah, dude, there was quite a number of the stacks there. The Veno, I suppose, wasn't ready for the aggression there. He did have 5 or 6 stacks on him, I think, before he started to back off. He really should have seen it coming a little bit early, I would have thought, and backed up a bit, but wasn't meant to be, man.
Yeah, so the sticky... It's hard to say what Batrider's doing because we haven't seen him much. So he can increase the damage he does. And was he the one who did that knockback? Just trying to... Yes, he did. So it was a nice flame break to knock the opponent away from the tower, so it was very well done. I have to say, with Viper and Venomancer on one team, Drow and CM on the other, it's kind of ice versus poison, which is completely irrelevant, but nice and fun.
Yeah, fair enough. There's your shit useless information for the day, folks. We've just looking back down on bot there. The Conks are starting to get the Tidebringer harass out. It's making Drow's day. It's going to be definite all kinds of pain for her to get any sort of farm or significant amount of farm. Do we have bottles running in there? We should do by now. Vipers...
Yeah, Templar Assassin picked up a haste rune and then activated it quite quickly. It looks like Viper's decided to go Wraithband rather than the bottle. We see a lot of damage going on. Torrent is going to miss on Drow Ranger. Manages to get away from the damage. And the Rubik, played by Citrus the Great, going to take a lot of tower damage. So I'm not sure if that's going to dissuade the aggression now. It looks like Tidebringer is going to interrupt the healing of Ulti, which is, it's very annoying to deal with the massive cleave of the Kunks.
Yeah, it is an absolute nightmare in lane.
Oh, at the top lane, we see the cogs go out, but Miggle manages to avoid that as he's going to get imprisoned there. Batrider going to be running forward, throwing down the fire trail with the oil, and interesting damage trade there. Not much damage coming out of it, but the mana of these heroes starting to get a little slower, as it looks like Citrus the Great going to start roaming and picks himself up a regeneration rune, possibly heading to the mid lane. Looks like he's going to back off for now, although Narcotic looking not the healthiest.
Yeah, the Rubik was. Oh, here we go. The clockwork played by McNuts. They're coming in for the gank. This is going to be a definite kill on mid here.
Oh, and who's going to pick it
And
up?
yeah,
Will be Templar Assassin who gets that one, so very well played by McNuts. I almost missed that one, but fortunately could get it in the end. Rubik with his boots is going to run to the mid lane, delete 12, going to have an opponent until not the Venomancer, the Viper going to respawn there. What is the farm looking like? Kunkka and Viper doing very well for themselves in the 20s, closely followed by Delete 12 on the Templar Assassin. Everyone else trailing behind just a little bit. Nice torrent going to come up from McLaddy and going to definitely dissuade the aggression coming in from Meet Your Playmaker. Unfortunately, not making the plays as the torrent very well placed by M. Laddie, doing very well in the game.
yeah, there you go, Gold. Apparently, you have to change your threshold.
Okay, let's try and fix
So,
that now.
yeah, no worries, dude. We see Phase Boots getting picked up on the Templar Assassin. She is also level 6 as well, so maybe in a couple of levels or so you might see some ganks starting to come out. I do love that early game of the TA. Hopefully she'll be able to get a bit of smack on. A bit of action down in the bottom lane there. The Drow is about to get taken out. Yeah, she does get she got caught out there with the X-Master spot and Torrent combo, followed up by the Rubik's telekinesis. Man, that's some pretty brutal stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he's supposed to deal with that one. Very difficult to deal with. So, oh, we can see, hang on, where is the Bat Rider gone? Where is he? He
He
is at the bottom lane. So, manages to pick up some revenge. And did he get any, bonus gold from killing the Kunks? Looks like no, he was only 102 when he died.
Do something about that bottom tower.
So we can see, Hawks, that the Bat Rider 3 oh, we're missing even more action. Outward Devourer going to pick up McNuts on the clockwork as Outward Devourer throws out the laugh. And now we see that Drow is up here. Rubik going to kill the Bat Rider. We're missing all kinds of stuff. In the mid lane, we can see Delete War 12 going to pop the stealth, and Narcotic is forced back for now. He's going to pop the refraction shield and just go back to farming. So we're missing things all over the place, Hawks. Now Rubik, Citrus the Great at 300 himself, looking pretty good there.
Yeah, he's been able to come in and pick up a few extra kills on the back of other players there, which is decent. It's good for that support to pick up those kills early on if they can. We're going to see a bit of a gank in mid. The Bat coming over the side of the river there. He has got the lasso on, and we'll probably see Viper going down again. Sea-Doo on the Venomancer's coming to support as well, but he's going to get taken out as well. So we might even see a tier 1 tower in the mid go down. Look at the amount of wards that are that are thrown out there in mid.
So it was very nice, I think, of the Venomancer, who was played by Sidhu, to run in and at least get some kind of kill on the Templar Assassin, stops him in his tracks just a little, but 2 for 1, definitely not what they wanted out of that exchange. What is the difference in gold earned? Azure very far ahead, so they're not going to be too worried about it. In XP, they're looking around about the same, so despite that setback, Azure very much looking ahead. Despite the Bat Rider doing very well, Meet Your Playmaker starting to make a lot of plays happen. So we'll have to see if Citrus the Great on Rubik is able to continue countering those ganks to the excellence that he has.
Yeah, he has been doing a pretty good job there, and pretty interestingly, we do have that blink up on the Bat Rider now, man. So we can expect these team fights to start happening more and more. Well, team fights or ganking or something. We'll definitely see a lot more action in the next 10 minutes. It's if that Bat Rider is able to get off those ganks, definitely going to see a bit of love, man.
Trying to see how do you tell what's in his stash? I'm not able to see it. Were you just clicking on him before it paused?
It actually come up on the side there.
Oh, it's not coming up on mine. I'll take your word for it. So he's picked up the blink, able to blink forward and throw the lasso on. And of course going to be doing the burning trail. Not really hard to see why Batrider is a constant ban. He's being very annoying. If it weren't for, what is this, not so toxic. Viper only has a 29% win rate in Tide's Wrath. So there you go. Viper doesn't do too well apparently.
Yeah, there you go. That's only 7 games though, man. That's pretty cool. I love that little feature.
Yeah,
Man.
that was awesome. I didn't know what it
Yeah,
was for a sec.
yeah. Those pop-ups are like unreal cool, man.
Okay, so I was going to point out Citrus the Great. He's been doing such a great job at counter-ganking the Batrider and even some making his plays of his own. Even the first blood they picked up, getting the invisibility rune, turning that into an early advantage for the Kunkka. As he's going to be jumped on by the Temporal Assassin, the hook is going to go out from Clockwork, and Mladdy is going to throw the Ghost Ship out. Doesn't do too much, but he's going to be able to get out. He gets knocked by the Batrider, and then the Batrider blinks forward. Gets the lasso, he's going to get stunned up. Oh, Kunkka will go down. He's going to TP back in. The scroll's going off. Situ also going to fall to the Batrider. Will Citrus the Great also fall? He's taking a lot of damage. He's in the oil for much too long. Triple kill for the Meet Your Playmaker on the Batrider. Apparently it was only a double. And Kunkka is already back in the lane. The Urnado guys forced to back out. But holy heck, that was very nicely done by Meet Your Playmaker, despite it being an even exchange in the end.
Yeah, there you go. Apparently he is bringing the plays, man. And here we go. Another torrent comes out on the Templar Assassin. Delete 12 is going to get taken down as well. So Milady able to get a revenge kill on that. So I think it was a buyback too. That's how she got back in there so early. And we do have Meet Your Playmaker. He's back down bot. Is he going to blink and go for more? He doesn't agree.
Okay, so he's had enough for now. 6-2-2. With what's Kunk
Oh,
set?
in mid lane, we might have another kill. Narcotic busting the magic stick there. The ult did go out from the
what is Rubik going to steal? He does get the power cogs in. He's going to trap the the Clockwork in his own, give him a taste of his own medicine. And Kunkka manages to pick up that kill by popping the haste and sprinting his way in. Templar Assassin going to come in, but X marks the spot, makes him return back. Refraction Shield going to pick up the kill. Another cogs goes out from Citrus the Great, and it will be enough to block delete 112. Delete 12. As he's going to get telekinesis in the air, going to be knocked forward, but now Batrider is in the mix. Meet Your Playmaker, will he be able to pick up Citrus the Great? As delete 12 going to get a kill on the Venomancer. Will Citrus the Great be able to get out here? Drow Ranger is sprinting towards, trying to help. No, he's actually going to meet up with the Batrider, and Citrus the Great going to eventually fall. I believe that was in Urnado's favor in the end. Yeah, it was a 3 for... Was it that 3 for nothing, Hawks?
I'm actually not sure. No. The Clockwork went down.
Oh, right, yeah. And Rubik stole his cogs.
Yeah, at the very start of that fight. And we're going to have some more action in mid. Instantly, the TP support comes in. And we've got another fight on hand. Ghost Ship comes out. There's a lot of damage going on to play your Maker.
Sidhu and the rest of Azure going to charge forward. The Torrent misses onto Ulti. Going to keep sprinting his way out of there. He pops his Frostbite, but he is going to be phased out for now. Doesn't manage to pick up the kill on Sidhu. Very well done by Azure. Now at a 2-kill lead. People receiving prizes for witnessing that. As the engage going to come in from Urnado. They've not had enough yet. Azure trapped in between the enemy's towers, looking quite weak, but they're going to manage to get out without suffering any casualties. So very well played by Azure there, just as the illusion rune spawns for them.
Yeah, dude, that was absolutely amazing communication there, as if they predicted that Clockwork going on the Viper, I believe it was, in the mid. I mean, those TPs came in so fast that the Urnado guys barely had time to react.
Oh, looks like Ulti is going to have X marks the spot used on him. Manages to dodge the torrent, very well done. But Ghost Ship is going to come in, do a lot of damage. Rubik will run up and steal the Frostbite. And Amladi going to pick up a killing
On
spree.
top, Narcotic might go down again, dude.
Oh, he's been caught out a little bit too much. He's going to have the oil on him. Blink forward from Meet Your Playmaker and going to lay down the burning trail. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one. Meet Your Playmaker not taking very much damage from the tower at all. And he does manage to pick up the kill in the end. So as in the mid lane, Delete 12 going to be lifted up by Rubik. I think he may have got caught out by Laddie. His torrent is on cooldown, so I think that is what happened. And now there's a 3-kill lead for Azure. Mechanism going to be popped to try and get the push on in the mid lane. Flare going to come in from Clockwork, not going to do too much of anything. Glyph of Fortification may be enough to push them back. They still want the Tower Hawks, and Laddie going to last hit it as they walk away with a 5,000 gold lead and over 3,000 in experience. Ghost Ship going to go out just to pick up the last hits as Azure make their retreat.
Yeah, maybe a bit of covering fire there, but either ways, it's a ridiculously low cooldown.
Yeah, I just noticed it's up all the time.
And, man, we're about to see some more love here. Shadowblade has been picked up on the Kunkka, so, man, gonna start seeing some big Tidebringers soon. There is nothing more entertaining in this game than a late-game Kunkka busting a Shadowblade with a whole bunch of crit and just watching one-hit bloody rampages.
That sounds like Gyro and Sven. I've seen Sven do that once.
Oh, man. Because of the true damage splash,
yeah.
Like if that puppy crits, like you just see a massive amount of damage go out, and I've literally seen teams get one hit by that Tidebringer.
Oh, it's not hard to imagine, honestly. And then he's got Ghost Ship if he needs to follow that up. So what has Citrus the Great got? He's still got the Frostbite on. There is a Observer Ward down, I assume, for catching out the Templar Assassin, speaking of whom is going to be backing up McNuts on the Clockwork, going to fire out another flare to counter push in the bottom lane. Up at top we can see Narcotic still trying to get his farm on. What is the last hits looking like? Very good for Azure. They're all in the 60s, all of their carries, with the supports doing pretty well themselves. They've actually, all the supports for Azure have decent kills and assists, so it's definitely up to you and Urnado to make some more plays happen. Meet Your Playmaker was doing a good job of it at the start. Looks like they're going to pop the Smoke of Deceit, but the Plague Ward going to start firing away, and they know that the Bat Rider is nearby. They don't know that Crystal Maiden is also nearby, but it will be enough to dissuade them, and their attempted aggression not going to get anywhere for now.
No, definitely not. They look looking like the Urnado guys are going to make for a push on top. The TP support has come in. Blink comes in from Playmaker and the 4-star cover up there. Ultimate does go out from the Veno. McNuts is taking a pounding right now. He busts out the cogs, and he's probably going to go down. The Conqueror has come up as well. So we're oh yeah, that Tidebringer's starting to get big already, dude.
Oh geez, so with the Phase Boots and a Shadow Blade already critting for tons of damage. When you see Delete 12 is down at the bottom lane getting the push on while his team falls up at the top. What's Conker running over to the side shop for? Just some TP scrolls. We can see Citrus the Great, he almost went down. He's managed to pick himself up, Flaming Lasso. So should he manage to get get in range of someone to pull them back in, that's going to be absolutely devastating. Meet Your Playmaker, I thought they were actually going to run away with an advantage in that fight, but they're getting too far behind. What is the goal difference at? It's looking at like 7,500 in Urnado's favor, and I'm not sure about Dota Hawks, but in LoL, when someone's that far ahead of the 16-minute mark, you don't see comebacks too often.
Yeah, they're definitely in a very commanding position right now. They've got all of their tier 1
down at the bottom lane, Narcotic is going to be trapped in the cogs. Will he be able to pick up the clock? I can't believe it. He is, Narcotic, almost going to fall. No. The Rubik going to pop the lasso on the lassoer himself. And Narcotic going to run away with a double kill there after the very timely intervention of Citrus the Great, who's flying around with the fire trail.
That is absolutely epic, man. That is the first time I've ever seen a Rubik Stealing frame, mate. And it looks like a bloody witch on a broom.
That's just what I was thinking.
Oh man! Also, if you missed, apparently Conker's Shadow Blade. Here we go. You're gonna see some love down bot. The Crystal Maiden get
Oh,
position and
that
smack.
ghost ship placement was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely melting. And anyways, as I was saying, I'll quickly say it now. There was
coming apart.
another fun fact there. Conker's Shadow Blade is 4 minutes faster than the average Shadow Blade on a Conker in competitive play.
Wow, so that first
Also,
blood lad he picked up definitely benefiting him.
oh yeah, he's definitely on top of his game right now. He'd have a fair bit of CS right now. It's significantly easier to farm for.
He's the lowest of the carries on his team. He is doing very well though. He's ahead
He's
of
probably he's making up with it, and
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Ain't a pretty
Yeah.
sight
He's
right
definitely been in the right place at the right time, just like Citrus the Great.
now. Radiant's
yeah, and we're gonna see
bottom
another
tower's done
T1 tower. That's the last one standing, taken from the Urnado guys. Now, if you have a look at this, man, look at the wards. You know, all through the Radiant jungle there, they have absolutely complete control over their jungle, which means it's going to be nearly impossible for those guys to get any kind of farm on at this stage. They might take a tier 1 tower and mid. A few pings are going out. It looks like they might be engaging on this. The fortification does get busted out there cold. TPs are coming in now.
Oh, now the TP is coming in. Sitter is going to be flaming lassoed as he tries to engage the fight. Meet Your Playmaker going to eventually fall after OD picks up a kill. Going to be lots of death going down, and Iconic doing tons of damage at the moment. And the only one alive for Urnado was the only one who was not in the fight down at the bottom lane. Still not the most farm on his team. And Azure, after losing the poor Venomancer who ran in and initiated the fight, going to be charging forward for the T2 in the mid. That was very nicely done.
Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, indeed, man. And yeah, that Dro Rounder is having her worst day as a carry. She's got a Mithril Hammer now and the Ogre Club there, so nearly completed that BKB. But man, it's her day.
I don't think it's going to make a difference against this Viper and Conker, honestly.
Not
If
a-
Conker
not a-
gets on top of her, not only is her damage going to be cut in half, she's going to die to the Tidebringer. It's as simple as that. Only
Yeah.
Aegis would save her, and not for long either. Speaking of
Yeah.
Aegis, looks like Roche may be on the table here. I'm not sure if that Psionic Trap managed to pick them up. There's no other wards for Urnado, so they're not going to be aware of this. And even if they were, there's not a lot they can do. Roche is getting wrecked right now by both Emlady and Nycotic. They're taking turns in tanking it. As Urnado, I don't think they're not even moving towards it to try and contest it. They know that they've got no chance. And the Aegis at this point, I would guess, would go to Emlady. The Flare going to go out, and now your NATO are aware of it, but they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Actually, Nycotic on the Viper going to pick that one up. So, what do you think about that decision? Did they just not care at this point, or was that tactical?
Personally, I would have picked the Conker. Him being melee, he's a little bit more susceptible, but he does have
I
that.
guess, yeah, Shadow Blade, yeah.
Survivability, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So I'll have to see if McNuts can get the engage on. He's been pretty good at landing the hook shot. Looks like Meet Your Playmaker going to try and get the engage on, but instantly gets lifted up in the air, blown back by the Force Staff, and Miggle on the Outworld Devourer going to pick that one up. He wasn't anywhere near that fight and still manages to throw an auto over to pick it up. As it looks like Urnado trying to drop back to their base, which leaves the other tier 2 towers that are available open for Azure to go forward. Looks like Kunks is up at the top lane, going to be getting that pushing forward. The rest of his team looks as though they'll be heading down to the bot, and they've already got Nycotic pushing that up, so very coordinated play coming out of them.
Yeah, some massive crits coming out already. Well, not massive, I suppose, pretty small for you know, a late game Conker, but he's already starting to dish out that damage. He does have the Crystallis there, so the crit strike has come into play, man. Let me see some big and.
We just need him to get a double damage rune. Well, to be fair, he's already doing 42% of Drow's health in one hit, and he's attacking pretty fast. So, and you know, that's not even counting his AoE, so he's not doing too badly for himself, and it's only going to get worse. I thought he picked up the BKB. That must have been Nycotic who did that. yes, he does have the Black King bar now. A lot of drawings going down on the map as the push going to go on by the entire Azure team, minus their courier, which looks very cool. Not even sure what that is, what the Azure courier is, but looks pretty awesome regardless.
Trouble brewing.
Yeah, not sure.
Tower.
Blame that, I suppose. Mini bat rider.
Yeah, well, we talked about at the start, it was surprising to let the Batrider through. It looks like they were definitely ready for it, though the Rubik pick working out very well, not only shutting down the initiation with some fast telekinesis, but also managing to steal his abilities and fly along like a witch. As 2 BKB is going to be picked up by Urnado. We'll have to see if that manages to make a difference in these fights, as the Flaming Lasso going to go on Narcotic. That's definitely the target they want. Will he be taken down? Oh, the Aegis going to be popped. I'm not sure if they were aware that he had that double kill. Going to be picked up by M-Laddie on the Conquer. And now Narcotic is up with a vengeance. Got his full health. X marks the spot. Going to go down onto Boredom is Fun. Not even going to be needed, as Nigel is dominating by picking that one up. And again, Sidhu the only casualty of that fight, as it looks like the GG is going to go out and Azure will pick up game 1 of this series.
Yeah, it was a big play all around. It was quite a contested game in the first 15 minutes or so. As I said, around about that 8-minute mark, I think the Bat Rider had the Blink Dagger, man, and we were definitely seeing some great early game fights happening. A lot of TP supports coming in, a lot of games, and more often than not, even after the fight had finished, there'd be quite commonly a revenge kill going down there. So, man, pretty action-packed first game there, I'd have to say.
Yeah, we're going to have to nominate an MVP. I am thinking Citrus the Great, because right from getting first blood to countering, you meet your playmaker at every turn, I really think he cemented the early game for his team to snowball it into what the game ended up becoming. What do you think?
Yes. Have to
just for riding on that
I'm
broomstick.
Listening to you right now. Definitely. I'm with you now. I actually wasn't listening. I was trying to figure out what we have to do, dude. If you want to jump out of that game and then I believe jump in the lobby again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in a minute with game 2. Hopefully the sound is working, and we'll see you at the next one.